Hello and welcome to the Trophy Trust, weekly podcast for PlayStation Trophy Hunters. I'm one of your hosts, Adazil. This evening we have Claire
Hey guys.
and we also have Void.
Hey, good evening, guys.
Hey guys, how's it going today?
Yeah, not too bad today. Got some gaming done. Pretty good.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And you, Void, yeah?
Doing good. I've been gaming all day.
Not raking
Enjoying
in
the Saturday.
not raking in the platinums as much recently, settling down to
No.
some bigger games, yeah?
Yeah, I've received my PlayStation 3 recently back from Canada to Poland. So I've started jumping into all the older games and completing a lot of them. I'm trying to complete them, but I started Mass Effect 2. I was missing only one trophy, which is the complete Insanity playthrough, so the hardest difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
I jump on Star Wars Battlefront because there's the 2-time experience that was going, plus all the DLC were free, so that's another ultra rare, super hard that take a lot of time.
Been picking up games that you had previously played and just trying to finish off the trophies.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
okay, well
exactly.
that's a good jumping off point for our first segment, what we've been playing. So Void, why don't you just go straight into it?
Yeah,
What have you been
exactly. Like I
playing?
said, with the Mass Effect 2, Star Wars Battlefront a lot, been boosting a little bit. I still missed like 10 trophy for the Platinum, but it's coming. And a lot of Borderlands 1. Been receiving I'll probably try to Platinum all the trilogy with all the DLC. Yeah.
I myself platinumed Borderlands 1 on PS3 because
Me too.
I got it part of PlayStation Plus on PS3.
Me too.
I didn't prior have any interest in really playing it, and then I played it and it was just fantastic. Like, it just hadn't really played anything quite like it before.
Borderlands are awesome games. I played the Borderlands 1 on PC a long time ago, and I got it for free on the PlayStation Plus too, so I'm enjoying it a lot.
Yeah.
And I didn't play 2 on PS3, although I think I owned it, but I never played it. Sorry, Handsome Collection. That's it. I was just trying to remember what it was called on PS4.
Yeah.
Collection. Played on Platinum 2 there, but by the time it got round to it, just never really felt the need to play. What was it? The pre-sequel.
Yeah. I never
played the pre-sequel.
It's a bad game, I
Never.
think. But you missed out on a double platinum there, Daz, because if you platinum Borderlands 2 on PlayStation 3, like, you can carry over your save to the PlayStation 4, and all the challenges that you've done just pop, which is by far the hardest trophy. So if you get that done out of the way, it's literally just a very, very easy second platinum. So it's kind of like the way if you do Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto 5 on PlayStation 3, and then when you go over to PS4, it's a bit easier as well. So if you're to do it that way, if Void is going to do it that way, then do the save, because you'll get an easier platinum on the Handsome Collection.
Oh yeah, I haven't planned on doing that yet, but
yeah, that's one way to do it.
But it's going super fast. It's going super fast because I have
as well. Just on a note, the Vita version. I don't think anyone's really
I never
interested in that because I've heard it was like a pretty poor.
I heard the frame rate was bad.
But the PlayStation, the Vita trophy list is the same as the PlayStation 3. For Borderlands 2.
I think it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that all you've been playing so far, then, Void?
Yeah.
All right, then, Claire, how about you?
Well, I just finally finished off Mafia 3. I really did like it, but there's a second playthrough and I'm going to need to do all that. What else have we been playing was I finally picked up Destiny 2 as well, but I've only just started my character, got a little bit into the story. I'm really looking forward to kind of getting through the story so that we can get to that end game grind that is the real game of Destiny, so I still have a little bit to go on that. But besides from that, that's really everything that's been taking up my time, except for just a little bit of Final Fantasy IX, which we'll talk about a little bit later.
Huh. So just sinking more time. That seems to be a recurring theme with you, Claire, recently, isn't it? You're sinking a lot of time into really big kind of online heavy games, like you were doing it with Elite Dangerous, right? And now
mainly because I haven't finished off that game either, so I've really started to pile them on, you know what I mean? So I really hope that, I have enough games for the rest of the year, with Destiny, Elite Dangerous. Between those two games would take me ages, and I have so much smaller games and all that, but I really have taken a lot on board, and for those who care about like percentages and being complete and all that, like I've just done the opposite here now. I've just started too many. I can't focus on one.
I don't think I could go from such a huge game to a huge game like we've discussed before. Always like to play something small in between to keep it fresh.
Well, Elite was the trophy list for that is 400 hours minimum, and I've already put about 200 hours into it, and a lot of that was having to grind up to be like a max level in a multiplayer that was dead. So I put in serious amount of time. What a lot of people would have gotten 2 or 3 platinums out of. Like a lot of people think a long platinum is a 100-hour game, so I would have gotten 2, and I still don't have platinum, and I'm only halfway. So I think I really needed that kind of break from it. It's too big of a scope of a long
it's
game
really
to
long.
get onto
It's
it.
horrible.
Like Destiny is something I can just really jump in and out of with friends and stuff like that, and it really doesn't matter because in a year all the requirements for the platinum will be so easy. Because I was there with Destiny year 1. If you played in the first few months, everything was really hard. If you come back a year later, I mean, you could just cheese Crota in 5 minutes and you could get the flawless raider very easy. So Destiny 2 is just going to be like that once the game progresses and the hard rate comes out and everyone gets a higher light and stuff like that. So I'm confident enough I'm going to be able to do that fairly easily. But I really do need to go back to Elite. Yeah, you're making me feel ashamed of my backlog here now on the podcast.
Okay.
And you just started Destiny, so you're probably
yeah, I just bought it last night. Yeah, with the expansion packs pass as well. I don't know what I was thinking about. I'm an idiot.
Okay, well, I guess that just leaves me then. Well, since the last episode of the podcast, I've just been putting time into BioShock 2, part of the PS4 collection, the BioShock collection, which has 1, 2, and Infinite. I platinumed 2 back on PS3, including the multiplayer as well, which I really enjoyed. I actually really enjoyed the multiplayer back in the day. And yeah, I really love that game. In fact, I like it more than the first game. As I mentioned, the collection has the first game in it, but I'm not really interested in replaying that game. I've played it once, completed it, and I don't know, it just didn't grab me as much as the second game did. And I had a lot more fun with the second game. I feel that the combat was ironed out a little more, made a little bit quicker, and had a lot more variety to it in regard to like the weapons and more plasmids and tonics and more enemy varieties as well. And yeah, easy platinum, by the way, on the PS4 collection because, well,
No
firstly, it doesn't have
multiplayer.
multiplayer. That's
What was the
one.
multiplayer like? I never played the game, any BioShock game on PlayStation
Same
3.
for me. I never played any BioShock games.
No, but I did play the Handsome collection. I got platinum on all 3 of them on PlayStation 4. So I literally never I'm interested to hear what the BioShock multiplayer, what they tried to make out of it. What was it like?
Well, the BioShock 2 multiplayer was basically, if I can remember, like it's your typical kind of team-based first-person sort of shooter, just set in the Rapture kind of environment. Some of them from the first game, like reused environments from the first game, plus a few like new ones from the second game. At least I think so. It's been like 7 years since I played it. I'm just struggling to remember, but just objective based. You team deathmatch, capture the flag type of games, like headquarters, that kind of stuff. Just your kind of standard modes for online multiplayer. But it was set during like before the first game, like kind of during the fall of Rapture, when you had like people who were loyal to Andrew Ryan against people who were loyal to Fontaine, I think. Like, so those were the 2 factions, like your red and blue, your opposing teams. And yeah, you just be kind of splicers who are not like mutated yet. They just look like normal people. You can choose your character. I don't think it was class based because everyone was kind of the same, but you could choose a variety of different characters to choose from.
So it sounds like it came from that era of PlayStation 3 games where they just took multiplayer onto anything, isn't it? Like Assassin's Creed and stuff like that.
Just to kind of like pack out the game a little bit. But I liked it. I thought it was really good because where you use plasmids on like in online matches, you think of some really clever ways to get kills for your team. Like such as the plasmids that you what's it like the traps and the whirlpool like plasmids, like electrifying water. And also there would be like a Big Daddy token, so the first person to rush and grab the Big Daddy suit would be a Big Daddy for a little while, and they'd have like tons of health and tons of damage, and everyone else would have to try and kill the Big Daddy before it wiped out your team.
And there was like trophies like for like max level and stuff like that, wasn't it? It was a grind.
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember off the top of my head.
To do that in the PS4
but
version.
Yeah, it was good that they didn't include that. Not that it was bad. I personally liked it, but I don't feel it was necessary. But the platinum run pretty easy. I used a guide to find all of the audio diaries. I played on the hardest mode to begin with. I was going to play hardest mode without Vita Chamber straight away, but the settings didn't save and ended up dying and getting, respawned in a Vita Chamber, therefore voiding the trophy. So I thought, whatever, I'll just run through it quickly on easy mode. And when I mean quickly, I mean I ran through it like in 3 hours. So when you know what you're doing in that game and you've got it on easy mode, and it's fresh in your memory of what you need to do and where you need to go. It was like 3 hours and 2 minutes. I did it in from start to finish, just for the No Vita Chambers trophy. So
That's not too bad.
No, like my advice would be, just do the No Vita Chamber trophy on easy, because on hard some fights can be a little challenging, because where there's less ammo and less money in the game on the harder mode, sometimes you will find yourself dying and respawning, and that will help you get through a fight. But yeah, great game. Really enjoyed it. I haven't played the DLC included yet, Protector Trials and Minerva's Den. I'm going to probably take a break from Bioshock for a bit and then come back and have a go at them. I'm not too bothered about getting 100% trophies, like DLC included. I have the platinum.
Yeah,
that's fine with me.
Well.
But I'm definitely going to have a go at Minerva's Den, because I played it on PS3 and I really enjoyed it. It just felt like they expanded even more upon Bioshock 2 with it in terms of gameplay.
Yeah, I didn't play the DLC. I just got the 3 platinums and I was okay with that.
Yeah, like I said, I have no interest in getting the first platinum. It's just the game doesn't resonate with me as much as the second one did. But I will definitely be playing Infinite, because I really enjoyed Infinite back on PS3. So I do look forward to getting on with that at some point. But I'm going to take a lengthy break from Bioshock for a bit. I've got a few games now in my backlog that I bought the other day in the sale. So I'll play something different for a while and then venture back to Bioshock. So well, that's all everyone's been playing this week. So I think we should probably move on to some sort of news and new releases. We can sort of combine the two segments together. Void, you've got some stuff to talk about.
Yeah, we got a lot of new Easy Platinum this week that got released. Like we got 3 of them on Vita and 2 of them on PlayStation 4. There's one that you can play on both. So the first one is Planet of Eyes that some people have played in the Discord, and it's around 1 hour. The game it's kind of beautiful walking simulator game, but it's 1 hour platinum. You have Make Hotels that is only on Vita, and got a super high percent at 68%. So it's not like it seems you just have to complete the game and you will be able to get your platinum. It's not. Seems to be a really interesting game. There's Burly Man at Sea.
Yeah, I just downloaded that this morning. I haven't played it yet.
Yeah,
but
Shingo just got the platinum on that as well. I think you said
Shingo got it.
I think it was a 30-minute platinum you seen.
I think it's 1 hour 30-minute the walkthrough on YouTube I saw. So
I think it's just narrative sort of heavy, and it's got like multiple endings. So you'd have to play through the game a few times to get.
Yes. So exactly that, 20 endings, and like the 20 endings each of them are a trophy.
I just hope it's not as boring as Wheels of Aurelia.
It's much faster for sure, and Shingo seems like you enjoy it. Yeah, it seems better a little bit.
Well,
the last one is Burly Man at Sea. Yeah, it's look nice, and it got. I know you're swiping on your Vita, and
Is it Vita only?
Move the people around. No, there is on PS4 too. You can use the trigger to move all around. This one is it's the game that is on PlayStation and Vita. Cool. And the last one, it's the one that Desi was playing and a couple of other people, is the 36 Fragment of Midnight. That got released on EU and NA, but it got removed from the NA store for now, but it should be back. I tweeted the dev and they say it's supposed to come back.
Oh, so I have to ask about. Well, just to go in about 36 Fragments of Midnight, because I actually played it, and technically I have actually platinumed it this morning. It's a very quick platinum, and for those who haven't seen it, just imagine like Super Meat Boy kind of with the style of Limbo, where it's like kind of dark and kind of jagged. And the idea of the game is you have to collect these 36 fragments of, I don't know what they're supposed to be. They're like crystals or something. So it's just like side scroller, and there's a lot of dangers in the level, and you have to jump and navigate through them all. But every time you die, the level changes, like it randomizes its layout. So you've got different actual tiers of the level, and they're all full of like buzzsaws and lasers and all other dangers that will kill your character in one hit. So you have to be really careful, and you have to collect 36 of these fragments in one go without dying, and then go back to the start, like return to the beginning. It's not overly difficult. It just takes a lot of practice, because even though the dangers are randomized, the dangers are the same. Like the solution to the dangers, should I say, remains the same. So if the dangers are not in the same place, but if you know the solution to get through the danger, you can eventually build up practice and get through it pretty quickly. And I really liked it. But the reason I was saying I sort of platinumed it is I have the platinum for it, but the reason I didn't mention it in what I've been playing is because the trophies aren't up on the EU server yet. So when I try and sync my trophies, I just get an error code. And I've did a little bit of research, and it seems it's been that way for a few days. So I'm hoping maybe sometime after the weekend, they'll go live on the server. So I have the platinum, but not officially, so to speak, because it's not up on my PSN yet. But
I never had that happen to me where like I earned the trophies before they were on the server.
Oh, I've had that a few times on Vita. Not so much home console, but definitely on Vita. It's happened to me maybe 2-3 times where I've finished a game before the trophies have gone up onto the server. You try and sync them, and you just get this error code, and that's it. And you have to just be patient, basically, and wait until they're up on PlayStation Network. I do recommend the game, though, but if not quite yet, until the trophies are up. And Void was saying it's gone off of North American store currently anyway.
It's not possible to buy it at all. The game is there, but there's like no price and no button for buying.
Yeah. Well, that's my input on that anyway. So hopefully soon. Hopefully the trophies will come up soon.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's all games that I will probably buy when they will be on sale at some point to add to the collection.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna pick up a lot of those. I like to add these type of games to my list of short games backlog, and then have like long-term backlog. I'm very organized, but I'm not very organized when it comes to playing my time with all the games, if you understand. But I'm definitely interested with them.
So speaking of like new releases, Clay, you wanted to talk about Final Fantasy IX, was it?
Yeah, well, the first thing I wanted to say is fuck that jump drop. Right.
I saw something about that. Would you care to explain it to me, who's a complete noob at Final Fantasy, never played them before? So
yeah,
I'd like some insight.
Just think about a mini game in a fucking amazing Japanese RPG game. Like, there's this stupid fucking mini game where you have to jump a rope. You have to do it 1,000 times without skipping a beat, and the tempo changes up and down, and the input lag is terrible on PS4. And there's a gold trophy for it.
So it is
in your
rhythm,
favorite
like it is
game
a
of all time.
rhythm-based game then.
Yes, but like I'm normally really good with that. I used to play Guitar Hero very good, and then I do play like musical instruments and stuff like that, and I always thought I would be okay with it, but I can't seem to do it. Like I can't even get 100, let alone 1,000. And the most difficult part is the rhythm change from like a single tap, like because it builds in progressions from a tempo from single taps. It builds up in tempo from 20 to 50 and then 100, and then once you get to 200 to 300 it goes to a double tap, so like a horse galloping, like that, and then from 200 to 300 it goes back to a rapid pace like that, and you have to, the whole time to do it from start to finish should take you about 8 minutes. And just to have the mental, like if you had anxiety, or you're sweaty palms and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like by the time you get to 800 or something like that, you can just drop
whenever
down.
I'm doing like a trophy or not necessarily a trophy, but something in a game where it's quite high stress, my heart's like pounding, the adrenaline's going, and that can actually like affect your performance. So you panicking because you know you're close to the end can actually make you screw up. And start
Yeah,
over again.
like I've seen.
I'm
Yeah,
sweating so much when I'm going for those kind of trophy and challenging. I just start sweating
yeah.
for no reason.
And like you don't even get anything for it. Like when you hit 1,000, you get this in-game item that does nothing. The in-game item is just to show that you've hit 1,000, and there's a trophy. There's a gold trophy related to getting that fucking useless thing in an otherwise absolutely
At least it's not a bronze.
no, but like any trophy at all for that. Like they didn't put any story trophies. You only get one trophy for completing the entire trophy. Sorry, the entire trophy or the entire story. Sorry, of
Sounds like a lot of people's platinum may be locked out by this
yeah,
their inability to do this.
it's gonna be extremely ultra rare. I think I'm dealing with input lag. I've done everything. I've set my TV to game mode. I've plugged in my USB directly to the controller. Like I've looked at a lot of online stuff, online videos, and you have to match it to like a sound tap that happens, and that only gets me to a certain point, and then once the tempo changes, I always fail at that tempo. So I definitely think I'm dealing with some kind of input lag or something. So SSG Punish was getting onto me. He's doing a lot better than I am, and so are a few other people. But they are working on like following a metronome tempo track, where they can like if someone can customize it where to get the exact tempo that you need from like, and then speed it up at 20, speed it up at 50, and then do the change. So if you could just follow along to that, because a lot of people actually say that you shouldn't even look at the screen, you should just do it all with your eyes closed. Try visualize it and just tap the one button over and over in different sequences, which you basically have to do it 1,000 times without missing. But like I said, it's just a crime because the story is so amazing that they put like such a high level trophy in this fucking ridiculous mini game, like, you know what I mean? And now
It's really unfair. Like,
I'm
oh
probably not
man,
going to be able to get the platinum in my favorite game of all time just because of that. I'm literally going to
that's
go
not
ahead
even
and just
fun.
do every. I'm going to go ahead and do every other trophy, and I don't mind if it just sits there and I'm not able to get the platinum. In my mind, I will have done everything, and I would have got my enjoyment out of. Like it would be the same if they didn't release a platinum and it was only 100%. You know what I mean? But it really. Like it really, really does fucking suck. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like I always thought I was confident in a lot of other trophies, but unless like somebody comes out with one of those metronome tracks, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it. Like, cause it is really, really tough. I think I just have a lot of input lag, and there's no hope anyone would be able to do it over share play. So, I mean, unless somebody actually comes and directly does it for you, I don't think you're gonna get it done.
Well, I'm rooting for you. I hope you get it. I'd really like to talk to you on the day that you get it. That'd
As a
be,
tricky
I'd imagine.
trophy, yeah. I'd like to say that I conquered it, but I really hope so. And I'm definitely gonna put in stupid amount of time just to do it. You know what I mean? Like, so maybe in 7 years' time I'll be able to report back and say I finally got it.
Okay. Well, if there's anything else anyone wants to add to this segment before we move on,
Yeah, fuck the jump rope trophy.
anything different
No,
for
no.
Void? Nothing else.
No, I think that's all for me.
All right then. Well, let's just move on to one of our favourite segments. Let's move on to our tricky trophies then, shall we? Let's say, Void. Let's hear yours first.
Sure. Mine come from my 100 platinum. Actually, it's coming from the game SteamWorld Ice, which is a strategy game made by the same developer as SteamWorld Dig.
Okay.
And one of the trophy, the platinum is a 1.12%, so it's super rare because of one of the trophy that is called Higher Than the Sun.
Okay.
And it's basically you have to play the game, and at the end of the game, you get a rating like a bronze, silver, or gold on three different stuff. So the first one is you have to complete the game in less than 800 turns, because it's a turn-based game, a little bit like XCOM. You have to fail 0 mission, so you get the gold rating, and you have to complete every mission to have 3 stars. So you have to collect everything in every single mission and never have any soldier that died. So
So it's
all
basically
that,
perfecting the game.
yeah,
Getting
yeah,
perfect on everything.
it's perfect. The 800 turns is not too bad. Like when I finish it, I was at 450, so I feel like that's the easy one. But not failing a mission and having all the stars and all the not collectible, but all the yeah, you collect like money every time you go. You have to collect all of them.
Didn't
make
you
it
play a
super
game
hard.
recently about? I can't remember what the name of the game was, but something about finishing the game in under a certain amount of time.
Yeah, that was Darkest Dungeon.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, but so it's super similar. But Darkest Dungeon, I got it on the first try I did it. And SteamWorld Heist, I tried to get it like 3-4 months ago, and I never had the courage to go back into the game. And I managed to kick myself for my 100 and to go for it, because the first time I tried, actually, two of my rating were silver instead of gold. So I failed one mission, and it was like 2 missions before the end. So I did 10 hours of my full playthrough, and I fucked up just before the end. It was super.
Oh man.
I didn't want to go back because it was a lot of effort, but I did it after all. So
that just reminds me, actually, because I used to, obviously, like I said, we were just talking about Final Fantasy 9, and I used to play that a lot as a kid, and I remember, like, I wouldn't save for ages and I'd die, and like I just realized I lost like 8 hours worth of Final Fantasy 9 work, and I
that's horrible.
I used to not play the game for like a month or 2 months. I used to be the same. I'd be like, I just can't do it. I can't do it again. You know, back in the day before autosave.
There is something so, even in modern gaming, there's something so demoralizing when you lose save data. Like, even if it's like, I don't know, half an hour, 10 minutes, like, even, I mean, 10 minutes probably not too bad, but it depends on what you've just played. If you've just done a segment that's crazy difficult and then the game crashes, or something bad happens where you can't get back to the game, like you get stuck in a wall or something, it's it's like crushing. Like, I can't really remember my worst one off the top of my head, but it happened with BioShock the other day, BioShock 2. I lost about best part of an hour. The game just locked up mid fight and took me out to the blue screen. And and after that point, I got back to where I needed to be quicker than I got there in the first place. But I would then systematically start doing the manual saving, because BioShock only has auto save when you get to a new area. Other than that, you have to manual save all the time. And
That's terrible.
Yeah, like you.
Yeah.
Other than that, the game's stable. I didn't have any other problems with it. But sometimes if you play a game that crashes regularly, you can sort of roll with it and use save very quickly, very often, and whatnot. But sometimes you get those crashes that just come out of nowhere. You can be playing a game for like 10 hours, perfect, no problem, running smoothly, and then suddenly something catastrophic will happen, and it will like crash during the autosave and then corrupt your data, or just something really bad. And like Claire was saying, it can just like break your will to even play the game anymore.
Yeah, it usually takes me a while to build up the courage to come back to it. Unless it's, like you said, it's time. If it's anything over an hour, I could be liable to change to a different game.
Yeah, same for me for the game. If it was not like a super rare, and like for my 100, I wanted to find something, I don't think I will find the energy to go back to it. It's been like 4 months. The game was there, and I knew I could do it. You know, I knew I could just try again. But 10 hour in a playthrough it's tough.
I think I lost. I think it was like 2 to 3 hours of progress when I was playing GTA San Andreas on PS4. It wasn't a crash, but what happened was I got myself stuck and I couldn't do anything. Couldn't move. I didn't have any other saves I could revert to other than like maybe 3 hours ago, because I guess I just was having such a blast with it that I just forgot to save. So what happened is a car pulled up alongside my car. It was during a mission. So, you know, like when you're talking with a character, sometimes I don't know, you don't like, you have to get out of the car and like walk with them. Anyway, pulled up in the car, another car pulled up alongside me and then just didn't move like at all. So what happened is I got out of the car as that car pulled up, and my character just got jammed between both cars. So like mid-door opening animation, and he just got jammed there, and I didn't know what to do. I was like, well, I can't kill myself. I can't blow up the car and die and, you know, respawn at a hospital because I'm stuck. The character won't move. Can't wait it out and die because that would just take forever.
That sounds awesome.
So I just had to turn it off and just turn it back on again and redo the last 3 hours. But
stuff.
Yeah,
we'll give people nightmare tonight. They will all be sleeping. They will wake up with nightmares, thinking that their game save got all erased.
This is why
back up your saves, people.
Yeah, it's why I back up my save. Absolutely. Every time I finish a session, up to the cloud, just in case, because you never know.
Back that
You never
shit
know
up.
what's around the corner. Absolutely. That's what. If you've got PlayStation Plus, you're paying for the cloud. Use it. My advice would be, use it, especially on big games as well. Games that you know you're going to sink, hours and hours and hours, like 10, 20, 30 hours, 40 hours, 100 hours. Or even if it's a game that's only going to last a couple of hours, 3 hour long game, it's still going to piss you off if you lose your data 2.5 hours in. So, back up your saves. Anyway, moving on. Claire, what's your tricky trophy for this week?
My tricky trophy is a game that I recently got on. It's I got it from the PlayStation Plus. It's that game called That's You, part of that PlayLink PlayStation
Oh yeah,
games
with
that they were giving.
smartphones party game.
Yeah, there's kind of an online element to it, but not really. Kind of like, so you can help with each other and stuff like that. But basically, my trophy is for, you have to play. It's called the Prolific Creators, and you have to play a 6-player game that uses 6 questions that you created. But like, you can't play online with 6 people, so you need actually 6 devices in front of you, like 6 actual devices to connect to the PlayStation to get that trophy. So, I mean, I had to scramble, like, I could only manage 5 devices. I think it was an iPod, 2 iPhones, an iPad, and a Kindle. And I had to then create an Android VMware, like, thing on my Mac, just to fake an Android to connect to the Wi-Fi as well, to get that last device to get the trophy. So, it was a pretty big nightmare.
That's a trophy that I'm missing, and I can't wait to have people around to have 6, just to make those six questions.
You have to download the app from the relative Play Store or whatever, and on across all 6 devices. So unless you know actually that many people, or you don't have
no, I just have to get lucky and have some visit at home maybe one day.
Yeah, I got lucky because luckily in my household it's only me, my partner, and my daughter. But I managed to scramble 5 devices together. But I had a lot of work and a lot of headache just creating that one VMware based virtual machine of an Android on a Mac to fake a phone and download
I passed 4 hours on that, and
I know you were saying
make it work.
Yeah, you didn't get it working. I did get it working. I don't know, not too sure what happened there.
But other than gathering up 6 smart devices, I mean, I know we're discussing this tricky trophy, but what about the game in general? Because I'm actually curious. I claimed the game from PlayStation Plus. Other than this trophy that requires 6 devices, is everything else pretty straightforward?
No, you have to
it's pretty straightforward. The hardest after that, I think it's play 30 games.
Yeah,
which is not a big deal, but it's a bit grindy because after
you just have to pay attention when you're making some games, because like I said, you have to complete a certain amount of games with 5 people, 4 people, 3 people, and they don't stack. So you have to have a load of devices in front of you, and then some of the there's a trophy for everyone ending with the same score within a certain limit of each other. So you have to make, and then everyone sync the correct answer at a certain stage and stuff like that. So you really need all the devices in front of you and you controlling it and knowing what you're doing, if you understand.
It sounds like a lot of physical effort.
Yeah, but it's ultra rare because it's on PlayStation Plus and it is a lot of effort. So if you're looking for some a good lot of trophies that'll get you an ultra rare platinum, you can get it. So
and I think people probably did like me, I put it on my profile thinking that I could do all of them boosting online until I realized that one trophy need to get physical. So it's probably a couple of people.
One of our guys on the Discord server was the very first world achiever of it, DDAM, and then I think I'm showing up as 41, and another one. I think it's Mako maybe was showing up in that list as well. I think it was him that got that. So we kind of grouped together and did as much as we could with the online trophies, but sitting at 2.9% ultra rare on PSN profiles. So
maybe one day. I mean, I'm pretty sure I can scramble together enough smart devices. I mean, I've got a phone, iPad. My girlfriend's got a phone, iPad. I can definitely get hold of some more as well, but I don't know if I can be bothered to line up all these devices in front of me and do it. Maybe if I'm feeling a bit.
Yeah, it'll probably take you about 6 to 8 hours.
But it goes super fast. The part with 6 people, you have to play one game with 6 people, and after that you can play one game with the grinding, you can do it with 2 people, so it's go a bit faster. You don't need that much phone.
I may look into that a little bit further then, I guess. Like I said, I did claim it, but I haven't downloaded it. But, maybe I will. Sounds pretty straightforward, other than stealing everyone's smart devices for an afternoon. Okay, well, I guess that just leaves me then for Tricky Trophy. My game was, I think it was on, it must have been on PlayStation Plus. It was for PlayStation Vita. It's a game called Smart As. It's basically like, you remember those brain training games on Nintendo DS? Basically a PS Vita version of that. It had kind of like problem solving and maths and word-based puzzles. Narrated by John Cleese, and he'd just like work you through these daily brain training kind of sessions. The game is pretty good. It had some really good puzzles in it, from what I can remember. But my Tricky Trophy for it was what's it called? Globetrotter. Now, this is kind of similar to the trophy that you get in one of the modern Rayman games, where you have to play like mini games online like every day for a month. It's basically that. It took me a solid month of playing this game every single day. I play it at night just before I go to sleep. I play in bed. The idea is it connects to the network online to other people playing this game, which at the time wasn't very many. There's probably almost no one now. That you can create your own custom puzzles, basically your own brain challenge, brain training, maths puzzle, word puzzle, visual puzzle, whatever you want to call it, and then you kind of upload it to the server. And depending on how well you do when you're playing other people's or other people playing yours, you get rated like 3 stars basically for maximum and 2, 1. And the idea is you've got to connect online and play someone else's, or as many people as you can find, custom games online, and you've got to accumulate 100 stars. And I think you can only play like 1 or 2 or 3 games a day online, so it just took a long time.
What is the name of the game?
Smart As, was it?
Yeah, Smart As.
Okay.
I think I played it, but I think that's not my sort of game. So, well, I think I played it when I first got my Vita. It's a free game, isn't that right?
No, I'm sure I got it on
PlayStation Plus,
I'm sure it's
maybe,
PlayStation
yeah.
Plus. I didn't buy it, but
Yeah.
I'm sure it was.
I think
It
I
wasn't
played it,
free.
but like I said, it's not my type of game, so I just kind of, I don't know, it's probably just sitting
It's
in my...
got sort of trophies like you got to play it 10 days in a row, you got to play it 20 days in a row, you got to play it 30 days in a row. So I did play it for like over a month, because you need to play it literally every day to get them trophies. Overall, it's not that tricky, but like the entire list, you just got to commit to playing it every day. The platinum stands at 9.25% rarity, so
Yeah,
I think I
sounds
don't
like
know what the online would be like for it now. Not that it had much of an online anyway back when it was on PlayStation Plus, which would have been peak network activity for it. But I guess it's not the kind of game for everyone. I guess the trophies are very, very simple, and like beating it on hard mode isn't hard at all, because you get practice at the mini games. You're playing it literally every day, so you get good at the games. So that's mine for this week. Not really too interesting from my selection. Mine was pretty boring, but I just
And
remember
it's probably a dead game too. It's written that the server for people that didn't start the game yet on the 31st of May 2016, the server got shut down. So.
Oh, it's unobtainable platinum now, yeah?
Yeah, but it seems to be obtainable for some people that already have started. Like you can still win some every day, but people that never start yet, there's no possibilities. If people decided.
Finding games to play back when I was playing it was tricky. I'd have to just keep refreshing all the time just to get like one game just to appear. And the most amount of games I think you could play was 3 a day, and I'd be lucky just to find one day. So it took longer than a month. It took longer than like the 30 days.
Horrible.
Yeah, it wasn't great, but I enjoyed the sort of brain training aspect of it. It was all right. It was a well-made game, and I guess it's just a shame that it's now offline. But that's what happens with games that have network trophies. Once they're gone, platinum's gone as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty surprised when I'm playing a Borderlands this week. Like there is a good amount of people online. I play some I open my game public to people, and there's always a couple of people joining. It seems to still be active even on PS3 after so long. It's cool to see.
Free
It's cool to
online.
see a game still active.
I think the free online does a lot to keep the PlayStation 3 alive in certain countries.
Yeah, I agree with that. Okay, well, that's the end of our Tricky Trophies segment. We're sort of like steering towards the end now of the of this episode. Is there anything anyone would like to add? Anything about the Discord or leaderboard updates, perhaps, Void?
No, we need to do all of that for September.
Yeah, it'll be tallied
So I'm
soon
gonna
enough. Hopefully enough. Void will have we'll have some results even for the next episode. We can go through like how everyone's been doing for the month of September. Not too much else. The only other real kind of updates was that Discord finally added the categories section. So we moved a few things around. Let us know what you think, or if you want to add anything or merge anything. And I also added a Destiny bot into the Destiny channel only, so you can like ping your information and sync it for your Destiny stats in the channel. So.
Okay, cool. Anything else to add, Void?
No, I'm happy they add the the category in Discord. It's really look cleaner, and I feel like we will be able to add more channel if we have more suggestions from people and everything in the future. That before it was taking like so much space, but now everything can be condensed together, and it's looking pretty cool.
Yeah, for example, like in the game section, we have like the challenge room, hidden gems, the betas and sales, and the gaming news. So the two other rooms, like the challenge room and the hidden gems, they're for like games that people might have overlooked as small games that are really, really good games that have platinums. And then obviously the challenge room is stuff for people who want to get a challenge out of them. But we're also going to probably create a new room down there, because now that we have the categories, we have more freedom to work, where it'll be like easy platinums and stuff like that. So there'll be a lot more rooms to do like that. And since the Destiny 2 room has been doing very good as well, if there's any other like really popular games that come out, we can create individual rooms for them as well, under the categories. So I think it'll be very good going forward for a lot of the stuff going. I think every time they update Discord, it really benefits us.
Absolutely. All right then. Well, this has been a pretty decent episode. We've had some good chats about some tricky trophies and whatnot. I think that's pretty much it for this week, guys. Not much else to add. It's been a pretty bite-sized episode anyway. There's only been 3 of us, as you probably noticed, but I think we've had a good chat here today. So this will be the outro then. So Void, where can people find you?
Oh, you can find me on Twitter at PVTVoid.
Okay, and Claire, where can people find you?
Probably playing Destiny for the next few while, and also on Twitter at Claire88Gaming.
All right. Well, you can find me on Twitter at TheDazil. Thank you everyone for tuning in and listening. Listening on iTunes, listening on YouTube, and also here on the live audience as well. Thank you guys for getting involved and commenting along the way. Just spamming the chat with reactions and gifs and emotes, but much appreciated. Thank you for listening. This has been the Trophy Trust, and have fun trophy hunting. See you later.
See you guys.
Bye, guys. Have a good weekend.